You'll never learn more about nutrition than when you track and understand what's in your food. The term tracking macros simply means logging the food you eat on a website, app, or food journal, MyFitnessPal in our case. Macronutrients or macros are proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. This is where we get most of our calories from. Each macro has a different impact on your body, which is why all calories are not created equal. This is also called flexible dieting simply because you have flexibility in your food choices. No foods are off limits. Not only does flexible dieting surpass rigid dieting in terms of effectiveness in reducing weight and sustaining weight loss for individuals, but it also yields fewer disordered eating behaviors and less concern with body image. Tracking teaches you everything. You are learning a skill that you will have for the rest of your life. It's a difference between giving someone a fish and teaching them how to fish. It gives you an understanding of what exactly your maintenance calories are and how it feels when you're actually in a caloric deficit or a surplus. You'll see how your body and weight respond to various stimuli, such as different ratios of carbs, proteins, and fats, and even have a better understanding of how different foods make you feel. This does not mean you will always need to track. With experience, you will sooner rather than later be able to estimate accurately and intuitively know what to eat and what amounts. Many people start to diet, usually by restricting something, and if they're not losing weight, they simply have no means of determining why. Often they blame poor genetics, a slow thyroid, the diet itself, or a number of other factors. In reality, they simply weren't in a caloric deficit, which is what's required to lose weight, and they had no way of determining that because they didn't track anything. Just because you cut out carbs doesn't mean you could still eat 20 spoonfuls of peanut butter a day. The same rule still applies. Many nutrition strategies are great. Ketogenic diets, fasting, paleo, these are all fine to implement. However, the principles of calories in versus calories out still applies. You need to eat less calories than you expend to lose weight. We'll go more into this later. Basically, without tracking, you're just guessing. Many of you coming to this program have either been tracking or know how to track, but some of you don't. At first, tracking is a pain. It's not intuitive and it will take a good amount of time to get down. Once you get through the initial learning curve, things get exponentially easier. So how does tracking work? Each macro has a different calorie or energy value. Carbs and protein have 4 calories per each gram, and fat has 9 calories per each gram. Basically, everything you consume, you need a lot. As a client of FitAF, we advise using MyFitnessPal. It's integrated with our platform and allows your coach to monitor your intake. Let's take a look at a nutrition label. The first thing you're going to see is a serving size. This is going to tell you how many servings are in the container or the item that you're about to consume. Most nutrition labels displays this in weight, usually grams or ounces. And this is ideal. When we're measuring things and inputting it in MyFitnessPal, we want to use grams and ounces as opposed to volume measurements such as cups. After that, you'll see total fat, total carbohydrate, and total protein. These are the numbers that you're going to track in your MyFitnessPal. Most food items and meals can already be found in MyFitnessPal, so you don't even need to do a lot of this. However, you still need to measure the serving size in the appropriate quantity. Everything you eat must be weighed on your food scale, from a piece of fruit to the individual ingredients in a recipe. Another important part is to weigh your food raw before cooking. How you cook your food will change its weight after it's cooked. Depending on the food as well as the cooking method, the weight of the food will change by either reducing its weight, as seen when you cook a variety of different meats, or it might even increase in weight, as seen with using grains like rice and quinoa. Knowing the raw weight is going to allow you to be as accurate as possible, but in an instance where you aren't able to use or find the raw weight, be sure to use an entry in your app that is as specific as possible. For example, entering grilled chicken breast or roasted Brussels sprouts. Since how food is cooked influences how much weight it loses or gains, this can help us be a little more accurate. In the next video, you'll see how to plan your day using MyFitnessPal. Ideally, this is done the night before or the morning of so you can be as accurate as possible when putting in your entries. I'll see you guys soon.